Dinner tonight is Marry Me chicken pasta.
So here is a step-by-step on how to make this viral recipe that has been trending all over TikTok and Instagram. It's called Marry Me chicken pasta, and apparently whoever you make it for is gonna want to put a ring on it. It's that good. So to start, we're gonna boil our pasta water. Make sure you salt it. It should be salty like the sea. And now we're going to make our seasoning blend. I'm using a very simple blend of salt, pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, paprika. I've seen a lot of people add rosemary. I'm using Italian seasoning instead since it already has rosemary in it. And I find that rosemary by itself can be a little strong. So we're going to generously coat our chicken with about half of the blend, and we're going to save the other half of our seasoning to flavor the sauce later on. And if you don't want to use chicken breast, you can also use boneless chicken thighs. Those would work great as well. And now we are going to cook our chicken in a very hot pan. And if you want more detailed instructions on how to properly cook chicken breast, go ahead and check out my video on it. And while our breasts are cooking, I'm going to go ahead and chop up some onions and garlic. This is always like my favorite part of cooking. I love peeling and chopping garlic. I find it very relaxing, and I have yet to meet anybody else who feels this way. If you enjoy garlic as much as I do, please let me know in the comments. So next we are going to add our butter to our pan, and we are going to cook our onions and garlic in it. You want to make sure that your onions cook until they're translucent and slightly caramelized. This will probably take about 5 to 6 minutes. And then we add in our garlic, and it only needs to cook for like a minute. You don't want to overcook or burn your garlic because then it will get very bitter. And now it is time for our liquids. We are adding about 3/4 cup of chicken stock. And this is not only going to help deglaze the pan, but it's going to add a really deep chickeny flavor to our sauce. I forgot to add in the tomato paste earlier, but you want to make sure you add that before all the wet ingredients so that the tomato paste has time to cook off. I also added in some heavy cream, and now we are adding sun-dried tomatoes, and I really think that this is what makes this dish stand out. The sun-dried tomatoes are sweet and tangy, and you get like a little burst of flavor with every bite. Also adding in some grated Parmesan cheese, and I put my chicken back into the sauce to let it cook and soak in all that amazing flavor. And then we're going to take it out of the pan and add in our cooked pasta noodles. And it's really important that your pasta is not overcooked. You want to cook it to al dente or even maybe a minute under, since it's going to continue to cook in that sauce. Now we top with our chicken, which I've sliced.
More Parmesan at the end.
And that's really it. We are done, and all that's left to do is to taste. It's rich and creamy, and the fact that we cooked the chicken in the same pan as everything else really gives it a nice deep flavor. Now, is it good enough to make you want to propose? I will let you decide that. I think it's on par with carbonara.